Robert Rodriguez, and this is
Quentin Tarantino.
How did we meet?
You know, we met at the Toronto Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because...
In 1992.
You were there with El Mariachi. I was there with Reservoir Dogs. And I'd heard about El Mariachi, but I hadn't seen it yet. But you had already seen Reservoir Dogs at Telluride.
Telluride Film Festival just like a few weeks before.
Yeah.
What I remember about it is we had to be on panel discussions together about violence in movies in the 90s, even though it was only 1992.
Yeah, right.
We were already talking. We were the authorities on it because our movies were so violent. But I remember going up to the hotel room afterwards, and we were talking about what other future projects would be, and you said, I think you're really going to like my next project. It's called Pulp Fiction. I just started writing it.
I remember when you were one of the first persons I gave Pulp Fiction to read.
You gave me the script.
And you came and you, I think you called ahead and you go, okay, you need to move some desks out of the way because when Quentin asked me, when I walk in the room, I want to just do a cartwheel. So he knows how I feel about it.
So on MySpace, we're finally going to reveal, after all these years, Quentin has finally broken down. What is in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, since 1994, people have been asking me, what's in the briefcase? What's in the briefcase? And I keep saying, whatever you think, which isn't a BS argument. It's just, okay, after all this time now, I figure on MySpace, the best audience ever, I can reveal it.
Just for you.
So, in the briefcase that Marcellus Wallace is trying to get, when you open it up, when you look in it, it's...
And that makes complete sense.
Yes!
That makes complete sense. And it changes how you see the whole movie.
But you can see why I didn't want everyone to know that, because I like them all making their own movie, but...
I gotta go back and watch it now.
You gotta watch it now. Now it all makes, yeah.
It actually changes every movie you've ever made.
Yeah, I think it does, actually. Because it doesn't just apply to Pulp Fiction, it applies to all of them.
That's awesome. Just for you guys.
It's almost like, we come up with these groovy ideas that we think are cool, and I'm sure a lot of people would think of them. They're just not going to spend the next year doing them.
the thing, yeah.
But we do, and it's like, it's our duty to do that. It's our duty to come up with this cool stuff and do it, because no one, that's because no one else is, but since we have the opportunity, we can't squander it.
Yeah, exactly. You feel a responsibility. We got to hold the flag up.
It's not trying to be everything for everybody. It is what it is, but what it is pretty darn cool.
For those diehard fans, they love that kind of cinema. We're making it for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, oh, okay, we should do that. And that's when we went and did Grindhouse.
But why don't you talk about when we first came up with that 5 minutes that the film was born.
You always hear those kind of stories with the filmmakers. We're so lucky that we have so many of them.
Right, yeah.
I'd come up with the idea originally about 3 years ago, because Quentin would always show double features at his house, and it has a film festival, and I was reading some old script ideas. One of them was Planet Terror. I had a whole bunch of half-written scripts, and I went, these are all kind of good ideas, but I'm never going to get around to directing all these. Maybe I should start doubling them up and making them double features. And I got really excited about the idea of a double feature. Kind of forgot about it while I did Sin City. Then when I went to your house to show you your scene from Sin City I'd edited, laying on your messed up floor was a double bill poster for Drag Strip Girl and Rock All Night, which is the same one that's in my floor, in my editing room, that I was using as inspiration. I laughed, and when I got the same one, and it's in the same spot on the floor, I said, wait a minute, I had an idea 3 years ago to do a double feature, but you should do one and I'll do the other one. You go, oh, I love double features. We got to call it Grindhouse. It was that quick.
I show a lot of films at my house. I'm kind of a frustrated theater manager, and actually, you go to Robert's house, he'll make you dinner. He's a normal guy, and he's a pretty terrific cook too. So he'll make you dinner, and that's his way of entertaining. My way of entertaining is showing movies. But then what I do is, it's a double feature. So I sweat on making the right combination, and then the right trailers in the front to open it, because I have a whole big collection of trailers. So I get to be like a movie DJ guy. I put them in this kind of order and that kind. It's like a mixtape, except of movie trailers. And they play in the middle, and it's this whole night, it's this whole evening, and Robert's always just really enjoyed it. And the 6th minute after the 5 minutes when we came up with Grindhouse, it's got to be like a night at your house when you show a movie. We got to just do that in 3,000 theaters.
Yeah, and around the world. We want everybody to have this experience, because it is so much fun going to his house and watching a couple of old prints and things that I haven't seen before. And I thought, wow, let's do this for everybody. What would you think the biggest differences between us are as far as movie making?
actually, what's the biggest? I know there's numerous differences between us.
And it's, you almost think after a while we get on so well, we love the same things. You just figure, oh, they're the same guy, but no, we approach everything differently.
Yeah.
And I think a simplistic way would see, oh, Robert does action and Quentin does dialogue. Like, well, no, not anymore. Quentin's done some of the biggest action stuff ever. And in fact, I think in this movie, I have so many action scenes in mind, but you've shot the best action scene because you went and did it real for real with real cars at real speed and real stunts. And I never would do that. I'm too chicken for that. I put everything on a green screen. Be afraid somebody would get hurt, especially me. But you went for the real fucking death.
So that's it for Quentin Tarantino and
Robert Rodriguez.
And Grindhouse opened in a theater, a drive-in near you, April 6th. Go to the drive-in. MySpace. Check you later.